Fire Knee says if Carson Wentz is worth a first round draft pick, so is Kirk. If Carson Wentz is worth a first round draft pick, Kirk is at least worth a first round draft pick. Because if you, first of all, who gives up a first round draft pick for Carson Wentz? Now I understand it was a conditional second rounder or first rounder if he stayed healthy. Who trades that for Carson Wentz? Because Carson Wentz has been injured every year in the NFL, is an injury prone player who continues to look bad, and you give up a first round pick for him? What are the Colts doing? The Colts are doing exactly what the Vikings have done for a long time, throwing band-aids at the quarterback position. That's what they're doing. Throwing band-aids. Carson Wentz. They're going with Phillip Rivers. They had Jacoby Brissett. They're just throwing, ever since they lost Andrew Luck, they've just been doing like 1 year quarterbacks, 1 year quarterback. And what do the Colts have in common with the Vikings? It seems to never work out. They might make the playoffs, but they're not going to make it very far. They're not going to be making it to the Super Bowl. You can't be doing this to the quarterback position. You can't be slapping band-aids on the quarterback position. You have to go for the next franchise guy, especially with how the NFC is looking right now. Because I'm going to mention this real quick. I saw a post the other day after Tom Brady officially announced his retirement. Now, is he actually going to retire? He might be too addicted to football. But after he officially announced his retirement, I saw on online, it said the league is in the right hands. And it showed all the quarterbacks, the young quarterbacks. You got Joe Burrow, you got Patrick Mahomes, all the young quarterbacks. And it says the league is in the right hands. Well, there's one thing I noticed with that post. Only one of them was in the NFC. It was a list of about 10. Only Kyler Murray was in the NFC. Meaning we are a wide open, not only conference, but not only division, but conference. Because Aaron Rodgers likely gone. Tom Brady just left our conference. There's multiple names of quarterbacks who might be gone. Russell Wilson, he might be gone too. Our conference is wide open, which is why right now, better than ever to take a shot on a quarterback. Better than ever, because we can compete for the next decade if we just can get the right quarterback. It's asking for a lot. It's asking for a lot. It's asking for a lot. Vernier says, I do think Drew Lock can get another shot. Same thing with Drew Lock. He's injury prone. Using him for 1 more year, putting him on a 1 year contract, I'm fine with that. But outside of that, again, it's still, like I said, slapping band-aids on the quarterback position. You have to look to the future. Morgan says, so many quarterbacks I'd be interested in would be Garoppolo, Mariota, Darnold, Minshew, Teddy, Locke, and Wentz if they move on. So same thing, same situation here where all of these quarterbacks that you mentioned here, I'm fine with them being on the Vikings team for a 1 year contract, meaning they're going to be on the Vikings team as a transitional quarterback. So they're not going to be your franchise guy. They're not going to be the future for your team. But if you can put all these guys in a 1 year contract, maybe draft someone. That's what I'm looking for here. Drafting a quarterback and trying to hit on the future. Now, drafting a quarterback this year is really rough because you don't want to take a quarterback in the first round outside of Kenny Pickett. Now, this is my opinion. This is my opinion. I know a lot of people might disagree, but in my opinion, I don't want the Vikings to take someone in the first round or in number 12th overall, unless if it's Kenny Pickett, because at the end of the day, we have more than just one need on this team. We have to fill the need at cornerback. We have to fill the need at linebacker. And these are needs that we can find at the 12th overall pick. In the second round, completely different story, because this is similar to the 2014 draft class, where in the first round, you got a bunch of questionable players. However, you can find a gem in the second round, like we did in 2014, where Jimmy Garoppolo and Derek Carr were second round draft picks, who both outperformed all of the first round draft picks from the 2014 draft class. So I'm fine with us taking a quarterback next year, but in the first round, it's really tough. It's so tough. It's so tough. It's so tough because you look at the quarterbacks. There's a good amount of quarterbacks entering this upcoming draft, and a majority of them are not going to work out. However, there's going to be a diamond in the rough. There is going to be a gem. I know it. I know one of these quarterbacks are going to look great. And what I'm looking at here is Matt Corral, because Matt Corral, yes, he might not be a top 5 entering this upcoming, or even top 3 quarterback entering this upcoming draft. However, if you can get him in the second round, maybe put him in the right system to succeed, design your offense around him, he can definitely work out in the NFL. Same goes for Kenny Pickett, obviously. He should be drafted top 10, though. He will likely be drafted top 10. If the Vikings could get him at 12, I'm fine with that.